Greetings, everybody. Welcome to Justin Tomby. And in this video, I will be talking to you guys about things no one prepared me for motherhood. Okay, before we get into this video, I just want to say thank you to everybody who's welcomed me back, everybody who's watched the previous video. I'm definitely feeling the love. Yeah, and it's very encouraging. So I'm happy that people have responded well to my previous video. And so, yeah, this is just um, a vote of thanks and me telling you guys that this year I plan to be very consistent, and I do plan to give you content that will keep you hooked. And in true Tommy fashion, you know me, I like to write things down so that I'm not all over the place. And I also have to pass my apologies that I'll be holding the microphone in my hands today because um, this dress is too pretty to hold the microphone. Oh, yes. Okay, here we go. Things no one told me, things no one prepared me for about motherhood. And here I've prepared about 6 points, which I will deliver to you, and I will explain and give personal experiences so that um, we can follow and share the experiences. And at the end of the video, if you're a new mom or if you're first time mom, second time mom, whatever time mom that you are, it would be nice if you can also just leave me a comment so that I can know that I'm not alone. Okay, so number one, nobody prepared me or told me about how lonely motherhood is. And I remember in the first few days in our neonatal stage, that's when the loneliness kicked in. And I initially didn't know what I was feeling, but I just felt empty. And which was strange because I've just had this baby. I should feel fulfilled. I should feel full and warm inside. But I was feeling very lonely. And even in times when I was in a group of people, I'm surrounded by family, people that love me, I could still feel lonely. And I only could put a finger on what that feeling was much later on, because I always felt like, what is this feeling I'm feeling? What is this um, deep seated emptiness? It's not like I'm not loved. I am loved. And I do want to attribute this loneliness that comes with um, motherhood, with just the hormones that are running, that are surging in your body. And especially if you're breastfeeding, you're going to experience that you're going to find that this experience comes to you 2 times fold. And another reason why we feel this loneliness in motherhood is because, especially if it's your first time, it's because you don't know what you're doing. You're doing this for the first time. And so you're feeling like, the help that you're getting is not enough. What you're doing is also not enough. And you're feeling like nobody feels how you're feeling. And so then this loneliness comes about, like, I'm alone. Nobody feels how I'm feeling. And for me, I found that this loneliness was more felt. It came more to me, especially when like my child was ill. Um, I always felt like I'm the only one here. Nobody feels how I feel, even though there was, family helping out, my partner helping out, coming through, and I still felt like I just felt like this feeling of loneliness was more in times of illness, when my baby was ill, or in times of when I was overwhelmed by taking care of the baby. What is this loneliness? I don't know how mothers dealt with such kind of loneliness, and I'm sure they felt it, but they probably couldn't put a finger on it and say, what is this? But yeah, nobody could have prepared me for the loneliness that comes with motherhood. And the next thing I want to talk about is how your identity changes. Nobody speaks about that, and nobody even prepares you for how your identity is going to change, because it's no longer about you. You no longer have to make decisions for just yourself. Now there's two of you. Whatever you do, directly and indirectly, will impact your newborn, your baby, the people around you. If you were this one person who was introverted, you always loved to enjoy your space, you always loved doing things alone, you always wanted, you always enjoyed just your own company. Now there's two of you. Now you cannot simply just say, okay, I have to up and go. I have an errand to do. I have to do this and that. Now there's two of you. People say that motherhood does make you soft. It makes you considerate. It makes you um, um, develop this humility that even if you had it, but this time it's like two times fold. Your hobbies, you no longer have time for those hobbies where you're in groups or you're in a certain group of friends. That changes, and you find that you want to align yourself more to mother. Another thing that no one prepared me for was mom guilt. Mom guilt, for those of you who don't know, it's just basically this feeling of inadequacy and shame, where you feel like you're not doing enough for your baby, even when you are doing enough, even when you're doing your very best. On your lowest days, there's still that feeling that comes about of like you're not doing enough, that you're inadequate for your child. And this mom guilt is mostly as a result of society pressures that they put on mothers, especially new moms, because according to society, motherhood is regarded as this martyrdom where you're expected to sacrifice, to make a lot of sacrifices for your newborn, your new family, your children, and you're expected to put your own needs aside simply because you're a mom now. And another thing that causes mom guilt is these expectations that we set upon ourselves because we find ourselves comparing with other moms. So in reality, mom guilt feels like, rather, it looks like feeling bad when you've gone for work, feeling guilty when you're tired, feeling guilty when you're overwhelmed, even though your child is thriving. And so mom guilt can present itself in so many ways. These are just some examples that can come about. And I think for me, I find myself having a lot of mom guilt when I go to work. Now it's not as bad, but initially, because I work from 8 to 16 on normal days, and then I go to call on call. So you find I'm away for so many hours, and I'm so. And mom guilt is actually a complex thing, and sometimes we find we can't even help ourselves. Why? Because um, our brains, as soon as you have that child, our nervous systems are wired to become hyper alert to our babies. So mom guilt is real. It is a real thing. And I think for me, what I can just say about mom guilt, it would be nice to hear from you ladies out there. If you've experienced it, you can leave me a comment so that we chat and let me know that I'm not alone. And so all I can say about mom guilt is that rest is not selfish. Joy is not you going out to have rest, and joy is not selfish. And you setting boundaries is it's not like you failed. And in fact, your child needs you to take care of yourself so that you can be healthy and you can be emotionally safe for your child. So the takeaway here is that yeah, mom guilt does exist. It happens. It's difficult to avoid it, but just remember that in order to be a good mom, you all you have to do is just be present, healthy, and emotionally safe for your child. The rest of it will sort out itself. Yeah. Another thing that no one prepared me for is the sleep deprivation and emotional overwhelm. So, babies, they've just come out of the womb. They're new to this world. They are experiencing this life for the first time out of the womb. So, sleep becomes one of the things that usually overwhelm mothers. Why? Because they have this fluctuating hours of when they want to sleep, wake, and especially when they're about to unlock a new skill, the sleep, the sleep patterns are, they don't become consistent, and so you find that you're awake for most hours of the night, and even during the day, child is not napping for long hours, so you're failing to find the time to rest. No one prepares you for the fact that, oh, you're about to have a baby. Prepare for the long hours of no rest, long hours of no sleep. Nobody speaks about that. All they ever say, oh, you've got a baby, congratulations, all the best. But it would be nice if we can sit down and have these conversations and say, okay, you're about to be a mom. Prepare for the fact that you're not going to be having enough sleep, and you're going to be suffering from this emotional, overwhelming feeling, but just know that it'll all be okay. And the emotional overwhelming is also got to do with the hormones that are surging. Your prolactin, especially if you're breastfeeding, your prolactin that's surging. It's telling you to do this, to feel that, to feel that. So now it's like all of these emotions are overwhelming you. And for me, I used to find myself crying. Like my baby is crying. I'm also overwhelmed. I'm feeling like this, I'm feeling like that. And we all sit there crying. And it's like, he's crying. I'm also crying. When he stops, I say, okay, well, okay. Does this mean it's time to stop crying? So, yeah, the emotional overwhelm is very real and it does exist. And it's one thing that nobody ever prepares you for. And one of the things that I was never prepared for motherhood is learning how to ask for help. For me, because like I trained in Russia, I spent 6 years away from home, from my family. I developed this independency. I learned how to take care of myself and how to do things by myself and how to go about life, how to always find a solution for something by myself. And now here I am. I've just had a child. I've just had a baby. Definitely, they say it takes a village. So here you are. You're this independent person. You always want to find a way by yourself, but you find that you're overwhelmed. You need help. So it's like, how am I gonna tell this person that, can you hold the baby so that I can bath? Can you do this so that I can do that? And then remember, there's that mom guilt that you're also feeling like, have I failed by giving away this child? But I also need to rest. I also need to bath. So nobody talks about nobody prepares you how to um learn um okay, nobody prepared me for how to um ask for help. So it's something I had to learn. Like I have to learn how to ask for, to say, please may you do this for me, please may you hold my hand here, please may you hug me, please may you you know, change the baby, please may you bath the baby. So that's one thing that I was not prepared for. No one prepared me for the healing, that I have to take time to heal myself while raising my child. You know, for me, I had a cesarean section. Okay. So that meant that leaving the hospital on discharge, there were two patients. There was myself and the child. And so I had to, you know, concentrate and focus on healing myself, all the while looking after a child, all the while raising my baby. So, and even after that period when the child is out of danger, out of neonatal period, the healing does in fact continue for the mom. The healing does, like mentally, you've just suffered this sorry, I'm gonna call it trauma. You've just suffered this whole ordeal, this traumatic whole ordeal of being pregnant, in which, by the way, pregnancy is a very high risk condition. People say, it's not a disease, it's a condition. It is a condition and it's high risk. So you've just survived this high risk pregnancy. 9 months of carrying the child, 9 months of carrying the baby, 9 months of your whole life changing. You've delivered, and there's that 3 months critical period. You're out of that 3 months. Now it's like you never really get the chance to react, to put it all together. Like, did this just happen? Did I just have a baby? Did I just go through 9 months, delivered, and now I have a baby at home? Now I have to heal. There's a lot of healing that needs to go on, and it's not talked about enough. And nobody prepares you to say, after you deliver this child, take time to take care of yourself. Take time to do. A lot of the focus is usually on the child, is usually on the baby. And you can't blame them. Everybody's happy. There's a newborn in the family, bringing everybody together. But what about the mom? Nobody says, okay, the mom needs her time to heal as well. Let's talk to her. Let's bring her in. Let's prepare her. It should actually begin before the baby comes. It should begin before the baby comes, where it's like, okay, let's prepare this mom. She's about to get into motherhood. Let's sit her down. This is how motherhood is. These are the stories. I don't think a lot of moms will sit down and say they were prepared in that in that manner. But Yeah, what can I say? Every woman also gets their own different experience, but I think there's one thing that's common to all. And so it would be nice for me to hear what you women out there, what your experience with motherhood has been like. I know it's only just the beginning for me because my baby is still a baby. He's just 1 year and a few months here. But 1 year, 3 months, and he's still such a baby. So I know there's a long way to go and there's a lot more to learn. But so far, this is what I've learned about motherhood, and this is what no one prepared me for about motherhood, that I wish I was prepared for about motherhood. And so it would be nice to hear what the ladies out there have to say. We've come to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. You know, I appreciate your time. I appreciate your likes. The previous video had a lot of likes, and I'd love to see some comments in this time around. Don't forget, if you're new and you like the content here, please do subscribe. There's more to come every Sunday. 8 every Sunday 18:30 new video. Thank you so much. Bye.